All right, welcome back to another show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to see you tuning in here today. If you're watching the recording, welcome. Good to see you. Like this video. And today we're talking about food. We're talking about the most important thing to keep your body alive, to keep your body healthy, to keep your body sustained living on this planet Earth. So we all need food to survive. We all need food to live. Food is the most important, essential ingredient for making life. That doesn't include water. Water is also very essential. But with water, it's very simple. With water, you just consume water and it's done. With food, there are so many varieties of food that you can eat, and there's lots of confusion. Some people think that eating meat is appropriate and okay. Some people think that eating a vegetarian diet is appropriate and okay. And some people have no idea what anything is. Like this person commenting here, saying that I am a fool for not realizing who God is. Hey, fooly foolish, you don't know who God is either, buddy. Stop pretending. So today we're going to talk about food, all the important things that you need to know as a yogi. If you want to be a yogi, if you want to live life as a yogi, which I am and I'm striving to be. So what do yogis eat? How do they eat? And well, most importantly, what do they eat? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the secret science of yoga and as it pertains to eating food. So as I said, and as I mentioned, food is about staying alive, being alive. So your body needs material to continue to be alive. Otherwise, the laws of entropy will just wither you away until you're nothing, until you're zero, until you don't exist. So you being alive on this planet requires energy. You're moving around, your body heats up, your brain is being used, and that requires calories. And as the calories get burned, the material, the matter, gets consumed. And if you consume enough matter without replenishing the matter, then you will go to zero and you'll go wither away, which we don't want. We don't want that. So that's why we need to eat food. We need to eat material that grows out of the ground in order for us to keep this material going. And that's the best food to eat, actually, is the material that comes out of the ground. I want to remind you that the material that the animals that you eat are also plant matter. The animals that you eat, which are chickens, pigs, and cows, they eat plant foods. They eat foods that you can eat, but for some reason you feed the animals and then you eat the animals. It seems backwards to me. Just cut out the middleman, don't eat meat, and eat the plants that are growing naturally out of the ground. Plants are a much better life-sustaining fuel than animals are. And so let's read some of the comments here. On that day, gay dude was trying to call you out his name. Okay, I don't know what you mean. You need to learn how to communicate. His name is Jesus. You already rebelled against him. Okay, you're funny. They definitely eat meat. Yes, because I like steak and brisket. So now I'm going to. So if you're a meat eater watching this, it's going to be very uncomfortable for you to stay to the next part because I'm going to expose the truth. And as the truth gets exposed, your pineal gland, your perception center is going to get tickled and touched, and it's going to hurt because the amount of illusions you've piled onto yourself, the amount of things that you've lied yourself to, it all gets layered up in the pineal gland or in your mind. And as I'm speaking the truth, that naturally will get destroyed. But if you're a confused fool, then it'll hurt and you'll assume that I'm making you feel bad, which in reality, I'm just sharing with you the truth. And if you don't want the truth, you're gonna click out and you're gonna be angry and you're gonna go back to eating animals. But if you have some sense in you, and if you're pursuing the truth, then this video is going to be very, very helpful for you. So we have lots of people commenting here. Yeah, somebody saying that I'm a lost soul. Yeah, I'm sure you know what the truth is, buddy. Keep reassuring yourself, okay? Yep, dinner, you just crushed dinner. That's cool. Eating meat. What are you talking about? I'm talking about eating food and the science and the yoga of eating food. You work in the agricultural industry and it's effed up. Yeah, send me some questions if you have questions. So, again, naturally, a life and planet Earth has given us lots of variety of vegetation. And vegetation is the simplest life form that you can eat. It's very not complex. Like a celery is not complex at all. And if you cut it, it doesn't get destroyed, or it doesn't cry, it doesn't shed tears, it doesn't bleed. Whereas a sentient being that has a brain and has a nervous system, it does cry and it does get hurt. So this is just very basic level 101. This is something that you learn in kindergarten, that plants are not the same as animals. Plants are different from animals. Plants and animals are not the same. Plants don't have a brain. An animal has a brain. An animal has a central nervous system. An animal has pain receptors. An animal has complex emotions, just like we do. And you cutting an animal is not the same thing as you cutting a vegetable. So as long as we can agree on that, let me read some of the comments, and I want you to think about that. I admit eating animals is wrong, but I don't care that it's wrong. It tastes good, and it makes me feel happy when I eat them. There's a person that has no concern of his actions, irresponsible, and the consequences will find him, and are finding him. So being a fool and being stupid on the planet, it hurts, always. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is only bliss when you're getting away with it, but you're not going to get away with it forever. In fact, if you're walking blindfolded in a room, you're going to get hurt. And if you're not getting hurt already, wow, that's a miracle. Wow, kudos to you. But you're going to get hurt eventually, and you're going to get hurt bad. And that's the consequence of being ignorant. It is pain. What about carnivorous plants? Smartass. Yeah, there are some carnivorous plants, but they're just, there's exception to every rule, but that doesn't make the rule an exception. So there are, the Venus flytrap that catches flies, and cool, okay? But that has nothing to do with me. Happiness is not the key from karma, all right? Milk is not meant for us either. That's correct. Milk is not meant for us either. Milk is made for baby cows, and the milk is made for the babies of that species. So a mother cow produces milk for its babies, but you, the confused people, will go to the cow, push the baby aside, go underneath the cow, and start sucking its udders. You're confused. It's crazy. So I'll let you think about that one, and I'll continue reading the comments. No cap, I'm not vegan. I'm curious how people and go through some suffering and benefit millions of others. I'm not even sure what you need to fix your grammar. We are animals that eat other animals. Okay. So what about yogurt? Yogurt is unacceptable as well, because yogurt comes from cheese, or yogurt comes from milk. And the animal agriculture business, the business that is in charge of making cows suffer essentially for their milk, is very, very cruel and very, very uncompassionate and unkind. So you would be kind to just not fund that industry at all. If you go to some local farm and you find some, a nice farmer that produces, that steals milk from the cow in a normal and healthy way, and the cow doesn't seem to mind, and the cow also feeds its babies, and there's not too much, unethical behavior there, then it's fine. But other than that, it's not acceptable for you to drink mother's milk. So again, milk is made for babies. They're not made for you. This is all about, okay, let me just pause for a second. Let me calm down, because I'm very energetic. I'm very passionate about this. This is not about me sharing my beliefs or spreading my beliefs onto you, hoping that you'll accept this. This is just me sharing with you the basic facts. And if the fact breaks the illusion in your mind, that's fantastic, okay? So if you want the illusions to be broken in your mind, double click the screen or like this video, and we only had 4 likes. Let's bring it up to 10. My ancestors work hard to give me the ability to digest dairy and adulthood. Why disrespect their work? Okay. So again, you living on this planet is not all about you, you selfish human beings. Being human beings, being the most conscious and the most evolved life form on this planet, we have the ability to subjugate and enslave all species on the planet. And we are kind of doing that. Currently, every single year, 100 billion land animals have their throats slit every single year for our taste pleasures and nothing else. They cry, they scream, they beg, they're in fear, they're in terror, they're in agony, but it doesn't matter to you because you want the taste of sensual pleasures in your tongue. That's not sensible, that's not human, you're not kind, you're not compassionate, you're not even conscious, you're blind and you're delusional. But it's okay, everybody's blind and they're delusional, and I'm helping you to get out of that. So, just because we can do that, just because we can enslave other life forms, doesn't mean that we should. And it also doesn't mean that it's good for us. It actually is very painful to hurt others. If you meditate long enough, if you pay attention to the system long enough, you will see very clearly. The moment you hurt somebody else or something else or a being or an animal or a plant even with intention, that hurts you. That hurts directly. So if you steal something, or if you lie, or if you misuse your sexuality, or if you kill something or kill somebody, it hurts very badly. So hurting others is not the way to go. Exploiting animals is also not the way to go. It hurts very badly. Somebody says that I'm arrogant. I'll let you think about that while I'm reading the comments. So I'm not intoxicated at all. I'm sober. So milk is bad too. Yes, milk is bad. Sounds like you should have. I don't know what that means. With intention is the key to eating meat. No, it's not. I'm going to explain further. Let's say you can't change. So no, look. Intention matters a lot when you are doing actions. But right now, you're going to the grocery store and you're funding the slaughterhouses, which keep animals enslaved, which torture animals, which enforce cruelty onto animals. And it's very, very painful for them. And it's painful for you too, because that emotional impact that is causing the animals to suffer in the slaughterhouses inevitably pollute the environment. It pollutes the atmosphere, the energetic atmosphere, I mean. So 100 billion land animals have their lives lost every single year. That creates so much pain and trauma onto the planet that it inevitably hurts you. Do you think you living next to a slaughterhouse, you're going to be peaceful and happy and blissful and joyful? No, you're going to be in a lot of pain. So some people are saying that I'm confused. He doesn't love everybody. He hates evil with a passion. I don't know what that means either. You have to fix your communication skills. My Discord link is right here. If you want to talk to me face to face on a Zoom call or a Discord group call, I'm happy to debate you. 100 billion animals, that is correct. He's not confused. He's just pretentious. Fine, that's up to you. So that's why I hunt organic and not cruelty. So look, killing animals is also not sensible and not sane. You killing any life form on this planet, it hurts to get killed. Nobody wants to get killed. Being killed is scary and nobody wants to die. Everybody has fear of death. Every animal has a fear of death. So you having a fear of death also, how do you expect to go and kill others while you yourself don't want to get killed? And all the Jesus freaks in the world here, all the Jesus freaks that are commenting on this video, especially this old guy, Vinny, all the Jesus freaks, if you think about Jesus was so compassionate, so loving, how would Jesus kill an animal? Explain that one to me, okay? I want you to imagine Jesus killing an animal or taking an animal to the slaughter. Is that, Jesus wouldn't be the compassionate man that he is, slaughtering animals. Math is not on your side. Human suffering will be billions times harder than for humans without agriculture. Yeah, I'm talking about agriculture. So we need to eat plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. And so killing is not sensible. Killing hurts you. Killing hurts your soul. The life that you kill doesn't belong to you. It's the creator that created this life. You as a conscious and sane human being have the ability to choose consciously. You don't have to kill like other animals have to kill. They're running by their programming. You don't have programming. You can go above your programming. And every animal has the fear of death. Ha ha ha, this guy has never seen a badger. So regardless, even a honey badger, which is, again, there's exception to every rule, but a rule doesn't get accepted by the exception. So a honey badger, I'm sure, also doesn't want to get killed. And even though it's mad, it's crazy, it still gets scared, or it still has adrenaline running through its body when animals are attacking it, okay? Jesus was a Jew. Okay, can't say that. So again, my friends, this is about being conscious. This is about being a human being. This is about being kind and compassionate and not hurting life, not hurting animals. This is going to be a very simple debate if you go on YouTube and you type in some slaughterhouse videos. And if you have any sort of compassion, if you have any sort of heart to you, and if you have any sort of humanity, you'll very quickly understand this is not the right thing to do. Killing animals for your sensual taste pleasures is not sensible. When I say sensual pleasures, I'm talking about you like the taste of animal flesh. You like the taste of corpses. And right now, your body is the graveyard for all the animals you've consumed in the last week. You are a graveyard for the animals you've consumed. You're a graveyard. And that, take it as you will. That's just the truth. So, yeah. Let me read some of the comments here. You are a fool. That's the people are calling me a fool. So you see, the common folks are consuming meat. And when I'm saying these things, it hurts their illusions. They're in deep illusion. And they like it. They want to hold on to their meat. They want to hold on to their animal corpses because it makes them it tastes good. And I agree. Bacon tastes good. Oh, bacon is disgusting. That's like, I would probably puke if I tried eating bacon. But a hamburger tastes good. Maybe some sausages taste good once in a while. Wow, I want to puke actually. The flesh and the oil and the fat inside of that meat is just, I can't eat that ever again in my life. But it tasted good when I was eating it, okay? Chicken wings taste good because, you know, when you first have to, let's all understand also that you have to cook the meat, you have to slather the meat with a bunch of plants and sugar as well, and eat it with vegetables. Only then it tastes good. But you going and killing an animal and eating its flesh, it doesn't taste good, it tastes nasty. If you want to support my work and feed me for today, please send a donation, send a super chat. That's how I feed myself. So I don't have a job, this is my job. I'm sharing with you the truth, spirituality, and if you want to contribute to my work, please send a donation. Thank you very much if you donated already. So that's how it is. And my friends, let me read some of your comments, make sure that what's your views regarding the massive violence against Christians? And yeah, it's bad. No violence. Violence is not the way. This guy will live a healthier and longer life than any of us. That's correct. So a plant-based diet is the healthiest diet on planet Earth, and it's been proven by science, the religion that you all follow, science. So what's your views regarding the mass? Yeah, I already explained that. Flesh is delicious. Exactly. So donate, please. I'd highly appreciate your donations. And flesh is delicious for the confused people. You're only eating meat out of ignorance, okay? That is the food for ignorance. If you want to continue feeding your ignorance, and if you want to fuel your ignorance, there's no better food on planet Earth than animals suffering dead bodies. Animals suffering dead bodies, when you eat them, it strengthens your ignorance. You become more ignorant. It's it's fuel for your ignorance. Like if I wanted to go for a race or if I wanted to climb a mountain, I would first fast and then I would eat a bunch of fruits because that makes my body the most agile and the most amount of water and electrolytes and whatever my body needs for it to be effortless. You know what I wouldn't eat? A bunch of heavy, dense food because that'll be very difficult for me to climb. But if I want to expand my ignorance, if I want to become more ignorant on the planet, if I want to be less spiritual, less aware, less evolved, less perception to happen, then I would eat meat. I would eat a lot of meat. My perception would get clouded and denser and denser and denser, and I would not be able to perceive the nature of reality. Very, very good. It's very good for ignorance. So if you want to continue being ignorant, please eat meat. It's the best food for ignorance. Ignorance food is animal flesh, is meat, is animal suffering dead bodies. And my friends, let me backtrack here a little bit. Let me give you some leeway here because I understand why people would eat meat. If you're born in the jungle in some foreign country and there's no access to anybody, you don't even know that civilization exists, then I'm sure you would go hunting because evolving agriculture takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of conscious attention. It takes a lot of survival skills. A lot of things need to be taken care of for you to start growing plants and growing vegetables. It's not easy to do that, right? So I would understand if you're going and just killing animals out in the wild because you need that for survival. That's a survival food. You need to kill animals for surviving. But you don't need to kill animals right now. None of us need to kill animals. Wow, thank God. Thank God we can all just go to the supermarket, to the grocery store, and we could just eat anything we want, including dead bodies that have been killed for us. But that's not the best fuel. That's not the best food. We don't want to eat ignorance food. We want to eat food that help us to survive better and help us to evolve and help us our perception to get clear and help us to be meditative and peaceful. This is the biggest flex that I have for the 86 people that are watching this. If you're eating suffering dead bodies, I know for a fact I'm way more peaceful than you. In my normal state of mind, how my mind is, it's way more peaceful than you. If listen to this, okay? You slaughter an animal, it has fear, it has pain, it has worry, it has anxiety, being killed, it doesn't want to die. All that flesh, all that chemicals is going into its blood and into its muscles. Then you eat that, it's gonna play out in you. And you're gonna be miserable, you're gonna be in fear, you're gonna have anxiety, and you won't even understand that it's coming from the animals you just ate. Oh my God, let's all pay attention. Let's all just relish in the truth bond that I just expanded here. Right now, I'm not peaceful. Right now, I'm energetic. I'm speaking in a charismatic and powerful way to break through the sound barriers, to break through your ears so that this message gets across and so you don't lose interest. There's a difference between being skillful and being unskillful, which that's not what I'm being. I'm being skillful right now. Okay. Somebody says, Zechariah Benjamin says, you're sitting here crying about people eating the most healthy thing for them. You sound a bit more like a crybaby than you do peaceful. Look, fool, this is the religion that you all follow, which is science, okay? Science now says that meat, particularly certain types of meat, is a type 1 carcinogen, like hot dogs, is a type 1 carcinogen. It's the same thing to smoking cigarettes. That's how healthy your meat is. And the country that eats the most meat, which is the United States, I'm sure, has the #1 illness of the United States is cardiovascular disease, a heart attack or a heart disease. And a heart disease is caused by cholesterol or eating, suffering, miserable, dead bodies. Let alone all the scientific knowledge, which I know very little about. I'm not here talking about scientific knowledge. I'm talking about spirituality, which I know a lot about and I'm an expert on. Okay? Much more than any of you. I have direct experience, direct knowledge into the essence of this body and life, and what I'm saying should be taken as an authority saying it, because I am an authority saying it. So eating dead, suffering, miserable, dead bodies from animals, being a graveyard for animals' dead bodies, which is what you are when you're eating meat, is not conducive for your spiritual health, for your spiritual growth, and your evolution into being a conscious life on this planet. It's not conscious what you're doing. You're eating meat out of ignorance. And it takes approximately $10 for me to feed myself in Asia, which I'm currently living in. If somebody wants to donate money for my food right now, this is the way that I'm sustaining myself. Out of the generosity of your heart, if you find this message helpful and conducive, and I'm sharing this with 125 people, please send a donation. I would highly appreciate it. Now let me calm down a little bit because I'm very angry and read some of your questions. I wouldn't say angry, I'm just more enthusiastic. Enthusiastic is a much better word. Okay, somebody says, get a job. This is my job. This is much more valuable for people's lives than anything that I can do with a job, flipping burgers or doing some yard work. You are asking for money for free food. No, I'm providing a service. I'm providing a service for the general population, and you don't need to give me money. But if you want to generously donate out of the kindness of your heart, that money will go for feeding me for today. Get a haircut, hippie? No, I won't. This is the society that we all live in. This is the mindset of the general population. And look at the comments. Asking, okay. So yeah. So if you want to be spiritual, which I know you do, and I know you already are to some extent spiritual, because certain amount of cycles have passed on this planet that you can't really find anybody that's not spiritual. And you can't really find anybody that's not aware of some sense of spirituality in their lives. Everybody is really spiritual to some extent, and you are too, especially if you're writing comments. You might be beginning on the path, and you might be so confused out of your mind, you might be having your head in your ass so deeply that you're just lost in your own conclusions. You think that you know things, but actually you don't know anything. You just have mental concepts in your mind. You actually haven't perceived the depth of the thing that you want to experience, which I'm essentially talking about that. I know this with direct experience that eating meat is not conducive, is not helpful for your human body, especially as it relates to meditation and spiritual growth. Maybe if you're living in the wild and you have no access to a grocery store and you need to kill animals for your survival and your sustenance, I would understand. Hey, kudos to you. And if I was ever in a plane wreck and a survival situation, I would also go hunting and try to kill animals for my survival. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're living in a first world country. Survival is not dependent on us killing animals and eating them. Okay? We can eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. Thank you very much for your $5 donation. That will go towards half of my food for today. Thank you, Mark. I highly appreciate it. I thoroughly appreciate your generosity. And I pay it forward with sending you lots of luck and fortune and beneficial, positive energy. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, the reason why I'm so energetic, the reason why I'm so passionate, the reason why I might come across as angry and people are saying to chill out is because, again, my friends, the animals that are suffering on this planet are immense. The suffering that goes on the planet Earth is huge. And the worst of all, animals don't have a voice. They can't say, hey, I'm suffering. Hey, please call my lawyer. Please call the press. Look at how bad they were being treated. Look at how my friends just had their heads slit, their heads cut off because somebody over there wants to eat a steak simply out of greed and out of ignorance and out of their taste pleasures. You want to eat meat because it tastes good and nothing else. That's the only reason why animals suffer miserably and die for you. You cause it to happen. You pay for it to happen. And you're going to reap the consequences of that. And I'm going to make sure to send all that energy right back to you. Is because you like the taste. No other reason. That's not an objectively good enough reason to have 100 billion animals have their lives lost in the slaughterhouses. So please stop that. You don't need it to survive. And you don't need it to thrive, clearly. I'm alive on planet Earth because I eat a vegan diet, and I'm healthier than you. And I can probably go a longer on a longer race than you. If you're running up a mountain, I would definitely outrun you. That's for sure. Somebody here says narcissists are attracted to spirituality because it offers a fertile ground for power, prestige, and steady stream of admiration. Well, you ignorant fool, you're not completely wrong. Spirituality does offer personal power, but admiration and whatever other nonsense, sure, people will admire you for your wisdom. They should admire you for your wisdom. People admire you for your power. They should admire you for your power. People admire you for evolving yourself and being more conscious and having perception. Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to admire that? And don't pretend, okay, we all agree as men, we all care about power. If you don't care about power, you're just beginning on the path of being a man. Just because your gender is male doesn't mean you're a man. Subscribe to my video. I do this daily. I'm going to aggressively get my messages out and communicate to the general public and smash their ideas and smash their beliefs so that some wisdom comes to the planet. And if you want to donate to feed me and support me, if you want to buy my food for today, it'll only take another $5 and I'll be able to eat food for today. Thank you very much for those who have donated. This bride probably, okay, change a tire. You're right, I can't change a tire. My B12 is fine after 10 years. Shout out to you. The spiritual person is a facade designed to project a false image of profoundness and attract followers who will provide the attention and validation they crave. Wow, my friend, you have some logical insight to you. I'm appreciating your succinct logical skills in your communication, but you're misunderstanding. So spirituality is about being a better human being, and everybody appreciates that. And if you want to admire me from afar, fantastic. If you want to donate to me, that's even better for me, okay? Because I need to eat food to survive, and right now this is my only source of income. So please generously donate, and this is the service that I'm providing for the general public. If you find this is worthwhile, and if you want to donate to support this, and for me to keep going, that's the only way I'm going to get through this. So I need food to survive, and please donate. Thank you very much. Somebody says, interesting how he is telling everyone how we all are and what we think. Okay. So again, this comes down to communication. I'm going to have to do a live stream on communication and how poor human communication skills are. Just horrendous. People barely know how to communicate verbally, let alone in relationships and let alone anything else. So it's bad news. But we're not talking about communication, we're talking about animals. And the reason why animals are being mistreated and the reason why you're eating animals is because they have no way of communicating. And pay attention to the evolvement of life. So a cow has much more of a ability to communicate with you than a cockroach. A cockroach has barely any ability to communicate, and much less so a mosquito. I mean, a mosquito has no ability to communicate. A mosquito can communicate if you feel the energy of the mosquito that's giving off. Maybe the mosquito is peaceful, maybe the mosquito is afraid. Those are things you can pick up. But a cow will literally cry. A cow will literally shed tears when it sees somebody getting hurt, or when a family member passes away, or when it's about to get killed. And you force the cows, a conscious, relatively conscious living being that has a human-like emotions, you send it to the slaughterhouse because simply for your taste pleasures. How ignorant of a fool you must be. And if you were in the movies, if we were all living in the movies, you would be the bad guy. You would be the evil person. The evil person that doesn't care about other living beings and that just wants, just wants pleasure and willing to screw over anybody. You're literally the villain. You're the villain of the animals' lives. You're the villain of the planet life. Because again, this is not 1 or 2 cows being killed here and there for your sensual taste pleasures. It's about 100 billion land animals have their lives lost in horrific ways simply because people want to taste pleasurable things in their mouths. And you're feeding your ignorance. Meat is ignorance food. Meat is ignorance food. If you want to feed your ignorance, if you want to become more ignorant, deeply ignorant, the best food for that is meat. So we have diets for all types of activities on planet Earth. If you want to be a triathlon, probably you'd want to be on a plant-based diet because it's the smoothest thing for your body to digest, and lots of water in your diet is really good for hydration. That's probably what you would want to eat. But if you want to become ignorant, if you want to be really ignorant and strengthen your ignorance, meat is the best food to consume. Life consumes life. Correct. I consume life and you consume death. Well, you consume a corpse, actually. You don't consume life. I consume life if I go to a plant and I pluck a fruit from that tree and I eat that. That's life. I just consumed life. Wow, and I become more alive. But you kill an animal, then you consume its corpse. That is death. You're basically a zombie. It's not sane, not compassionate. So my work here is sustained by donations. If you find this valuable, if you find this worthwhile, I'm sharing valuable knowledge to 168 people. I'm smashing their delusions, and I'm smashing their beliefs and opinions, and getting some clarity into their minds. If you want to support this work, please generously donate. Please send a donation via Super Chat, because that's literally how I'm going to eat for today. Thank you very much for donating. So the lecture is largely over. Now I'm going to read any of your questions that you have. And the Ukrainian guy says, no one cares. I'm from Ukraine. Shout out to the Shiva trident that you have on the Ukrainian flag. It comes from Hinduism. So this is, this is the origin of that flag. And it's the origin of a lot of spirituality. He begging meat eaters for food money. No, I'm begging for any conscious and sane human beings that are here that wish to donate and feed me and contribute to my life. You are bad at communicating. You get angry and defensive, and then you just say you're energetic. You lie to yourself. You're very ignorant, Shiva. I may be angry, but who gives a shit? What does it have to do with my communication ability? I'm communicating clearly, succinctly, and most importantly with energy. If that's backed behind anger, which I do definitely have anger for the ignorance of the planet, and anger for the animals that have their lives lost in painful ways every single day for needless reasons, that is just, that's why I'm angry. I'm sorry, but I think you need more protein. Yes, everybody needs protein, and protein. Listen to the ignorance and listen to how I'm going to logically smash this person's beliefs, because you eat pigs, you eat chickens, and you eat cows, right? That's the protein that it comes from. But where do they get their protein from, dingus? Where do they get the protein from, bozo? Those land animals get the protein from plant foods. Where I get my protein from plant foods, just as you should get your plant protein from plants. So instead of eating dead bodies to get your protein, the animals that those dead bodies that you had gotten killed, they took the protein from plants. Cows eat plants, pigs eat plants, chickens eat plants. Well, chickens eat a bunch of things. That's what they get their protein from. And you should get protein from plants as well. The largest land animals on the planet are all vegetarian. Did you hear that, dinguses? Did you hear that, dingus? The largest land animals get their protein from plants. Elephants, gorillas, giraffes. Where do they get their protein from, dingus? They get their protein from plants. That's right. Carnivores don't eat plants. That's correct. A carnivore doesn't eat plants. A carnivore eats animals. You know what the difference between a carnivore and human beings is? Is their teeth. That's the easiest way to differentiate between a carnivore and a herbivore, is their teeth, the canines to be exact. So why are you ignoring the comments that make sense and are good debates? If you want to debate me instead of writing comments that are, I'm getting comments every 5 seconds, okay? That's the difference. Is you go to the Discord link right here. You join the Discord, and after this live stream is over, I'm going to debate anyone. If you have a camera and if you have a microphone, you can unmute your microphone and you can unmute your camera. It'll be a big Zoom call, and we'll all talk about anything and everything. And you can expose me. You can say that I have low testosterone. This guy's saying that I have low testosterone alert. No, my friend. I'm sure that if we were to, you're wrong, okay? I'm sure that I have more testosterone than you. So if you go to the Discord, we're all gonna have a group spiritual discussion, a group Zoom call. You can unmute your mic, you can unmute your camera, and we'll all talk. And if you have something to say to anybody, ooh, that's the place to do so. That's the place to do so. And I'm going to record it, and I'm going to expose it. I'm going to share it to the world. Even if you say something that is, makes me look bad, I'll still share it to YouTube. So now we'll meditate. I need approximately $10 to $15 to stay alive in Asia. If you care to donate, please support me financially. I would highly appreciate it. This is, I'm providing a service. I'm teaching the general public. And if you find this valuable, please donate. So now I'll read some of the comments here. Somebody says, shave. This is the state of mind of most people. It's okay, my friends. I know you're confused and I know you're delusional, but I'm here to help you, okay? Join the Discord, talk to me face to face, and I'll change your life. He does more push-ups than this guy. I mean, I do push-ups. I donate 2 slaps. All right, come donate. Low testosterone alert, okay? Support yourself, freeloading hippie. I am supporting myself. I'm providing a service, and people that find this valuable, they will donate. What are you teaching? I'm teaching spirituality and how it's inappropriate for you to kill animals and be a graveyard for animals' dead bodies. You're a graveyard for animals' dead bodies, okay? Let's see. Now I'll read your comments, okay? If you have any comments, I'll be happy to read them. Arguably untrue, and that I have more testosterone than me. I'm older than you, so based on how I stand than you, okay? Don't let haters get you down. They never do. Why are you a socially worker and get people directly? Don't know what that means. Get a job. Dingus, thank you very much. I do have a job. This is my job. Animals eat animals, and I eat animals. yeah, you're an animal too then, I guess. You have no sense of consciousness and no humanity, and you're just resorting to your animal impulses. And too bad, so sad, okay? I feel sorry for you. So you have an upright spine, you're conscious, you can meditate, and most importantly, you're a human being. You're a human being, not a human doing or not a human animal. And you have the choice to what you eat. I'm an engineer. I'm an engine that runs on souls and lives. Okay, all right, yeah. You're a graveyard for animals' dead bodies. Another YouTube beggar. So I'm sustained by the donations and the generosity of others. And if you choose to support me, that's how I will eat for today. And if you find this message valuable, then you will donate. And if you don't, then that's perfectly fine for you not to donate. So somebody donates $2. Most Ristic says, we are omnivores. Also, Christ loves you. Thank you very much. Christ does love me. And we are omnivores. That is correct. But that's not the best thing for our human well-being. Having an omnivoristic diet is not sensible, not sane, not healthy. It was fine 1,000 years ago when we needed to kill animals to survive. Otherwise, we wouldn't have survived. That's fine. And it's possible for us to digest animal flesh, but it's not the best thing if you care about spirituality, if you care about your overall human growth, and if you care about enlightenment and liberation, which I care about. So eating things that don't go well with your human system is not the best thing. So I appreciate your donation. And we don't need meat to survive. Just because we can digest it, it doesn't mean that it's healthy for us. So now I'm gonna drink some coconut water and continue talking to all of you. Human growth is eating meat, incorrect? The largest animal, land animal on planet Earth is a gorilla or an elephant, and they all eat plants. And if you're living in the ocean, well, what other plant vegetation can you have? There are some plants and there are some plant eating fish, but largely it's them eating each other. He's got vodka. No, I don't have vodka. If you want to buy some spiritual merch that'll make you more conscious, you go to my website, shivakailash.com. It's my first and second name on this YouTube channel.com, and you'll love it. Okay, I promise you. If you buy it, it'll change your life because it's energetically consecrated. It has energy. It's not just some little simple tool, some spiritual nonsense. It'll actually energetically change your life, and things will happen to you very quickly. Your life will get changed quick. So yeah, coconuts. I love coconuts. Can I explain the Ukrainian symbol? Yes, I can. If you have questions, if you have serious questions, or if you want to donate to me spiritually and help me fund my life for me to eat food, I need approximately $9 to eat for a single day in Asia. Please share a donation with me. And if you attach a question to that, I'll answer your question very deeply. So yeah, the symbol, the trident, is, you can see there's a trident on my little miniature temple here. Can you see it? Yeah, on the side. And that comes from Shiva, the first yogi. So my friends, let's all agree that we all want to live happy. We all want to live healthy. We all want to live peacefully. We don't want to suffer miserably and die. So why are we causing others to suffer miserably and die? For what reason? For our survival? Okay, I would understand. But it's not for our survival. It's for our taste pleasures. Okay, that's what eating meat is. Open your fridge. I have nothing in my fridge except grapes and this. I ate everything and some tofu. Is it okay to eat fish? Okay, so now let's understand the science. Let's go deeper, okay? Instead of me shaming you for eating meat and calling you a bad person for causing the deaths of 100 billion animals on planet Earth. And I'll also explain the B12 deficiency. So there's a difference between being in a plane crash and, having the misfortune of eating a human being, which has happened in the past. Don't do that. I'm just telling you a story. This is what happened once. There was once a plane crash and somebody died in the plane crash and people had no food and they unfortunately had to eat the person that decayed. So if that happens, if you do that, it's the worst thing you can eat is animal or human flesh, because the complexity, the genetic complexity of a human being is immense. The amount of coding that goes into the flesh of making a human being is tremendous. It's like a large file downloading to your computer. It's going to take a long time to digest and process, and it's going to be very hard for you to integrate it with your system. The second lowest is animals that are closer to human beings or close to human beings, like dolphins. Dolphins are very close to human beings. Cows are very close to human beings. That's why you should never eat cows. And pigs are also close to human beings. They have a human-like emotions, and their genetics are very complex. So when you eat them, when you eat their bodies, they don't integrate well with your system. Some of it gets integrated, but a lot of it doesn't. And that energy, that emotion, that complexity will play havoc in your system. So you need meditative experience to be able to perceive that. So if you are going to eat food, if you are going to eat animals, if you are going to make animals suffer miserably and die and kill them for your sensual taste pleasures, or even just to survive, the best and most sensible thing to do is to kill animals that are the farthest away from you evolutionarily, on the evolutionary scale. So like things like birds are very far away from you, and the farthest thing away from you is fish life. So fish life is still difficult to digest because it's a mammal, but it's not as difficult as if it's a cow. Cow is extremely difficult to digest. So if you are to eat something, if you're in a survival situation, there's nothing else to eat, then you should eat fish, okay? And I've eaten fish before, but I'm on a vegan diet now. As for B12, the animals that you eat, the land animals that you eat, have to get vitamins fed into them, because we're all missing vitamins because the soil is so weak. We've degraded the soil to such a strong level that even the land animals need supplements. So the land animals have to get supplemented B12 as well. And B12 isn't the only source is land animals. From what I understand, B12 comes from the soil. And a long time ago, 1,000 years from now, or 1,000 years ago, if you were to go and get vegetables from your garden and you didn't wash them off, you just had a little bit of dirt on them, you would get enough B12 to survive. That's where the B12 comes from. It comes from the soil. That's where the animals eat. They eat the plant life. They don't wash the vegetables that they eat. And the B12 is in their digestive tract or whatever else. But right now, I don't need to go eat animals for B12. I could just go get a supplement and it'll all be very happy. So thank you for your donations. I'm here sustained by your donations and your generosity. And if you choose to donate, that will support me for my life, for me eating food for today. And I highly appreciate your generosity. So if you have serious questions, please send a donation. And now I'm going to read your comments. Meat, beads, even more landmass. Exactly. So even if environmentally, most rustic. Patrick, thank you very much, Patrick, for your donation, $10. Much love. Thank you for your insights and detailed answers. I may not agree, but it beats an echo chamber. I appreciate that very much, my friend. And I don't claim to know all the answers. I don't know all the answers. And it's very dangerous to make conclusions. So even though I say things with certainty, I'm still not conclusive. I know for a fact this is the way it is. So I'm open to interpretation, I'm open to insight, and I'm open to knowledge. So what I am claiming is I'm claiming ignorance, and nothing else. But something that I have perceived, I'm going to share with you, and maybe it'll be useful to you. So I highly appreciate your donation. That'll feed me for one day. You've fed this human being, however long I'll be on planet Earth, for one day. I highly, highly appreciate your donation. Thank you very much, and I wish you many blessings in return. Shambho. So now, getting away from talking about, the consequences to your health and the consequences to the animals, which are vast. The animal has to get its neck slit, and it's painful and it cries, but whatever, you don't care about that. You only care about yourself, so fine. The amount of food that needs to be grown for animals to eat them is like 70% of all agriculture on the planet, meaning all the plant food that is ever grown on planet Earth just goes towards feeding the animals that we eat. Oh my God. Can you imagine how insane that is? So instead of just us feeding food for animals that we're going to eat, why don't we just let the animals live and not reproduce them anymore and take that food and feed everybody on the planet? We have more food to feed everybody on the planet 3 or 4 times over than, we know what to do with it. But no, we have to go make the plant food and then go feed it to the animals because we like the taste of the animals in our mouths. Come on, guys, get it together. Please get some perception in you. So I made a vote saying, holy shit, 500 people answered this poll. I asked, are you vegan? 7% said yes, only 7%. 93% said no. My God. So we have a lot of animal abusers here. And this is what it is, my friends. Eating meat is animal abuse. How else can it not be animal abuse? If I go pay a hitman to go kill somebody on my behalf, that's abusing the person. That's murder. But if I go pay a butcher to kill an animal for me and me to eat that animal, it's perfectly fine, perfectly legal. No, it's morally wrong, morally reprehensible to eat this kind of diet. Don't fund the slaughterhouses. The slaughterhouses are extremely horrific. Horrific is the probably best word for it. It's worse than the horror movies. So go vegan. And let me read. Somebody says, you are an insufferable person. Eating meat isn't animal abuse. It's a wolf eating a deer animal abuse. You're a human being. You're not a wolf. And if I'm insufferable, you should help yourself not be so not suffer. And it is animal abuse, okay? If I own a pig, or if I own a chicken, or if I own a cow, and I kill that cow, or I kill that pig, or I kill that chicken, is that animal abuse? Hello? Is killing animals animal abuse? Let me hear you. Let me now make you aware of how hypocritical you are, and make you feel the hypocrisy in your body and your blood, okay? Listen to this. I'm going on the street. I see a dog, and I kick that dog in the face as hard as I can. Poof, kill it. I kick it. And it starts crying. Ow, ow, it doesn't get hurt because I didn't kick it, whatever. It starts crying and it runs away. Is that animal abuse? Yes, it is. You should call the animal services and I should get arrested because that's animal abuse. But the next day, I go to the same dog and instead of kicking it, I kill that dog and then I go eat it. Is that animal abuse? Somebody says, no, you're a confused fool. You're a dumbass, okay? It is animal abuse. Kicking a dog is way less severe than killing a dog. Oh my God, guys, the majority of people are saying no. How do you not see this? How do you not see that me killing a dog is way worse of an abuse than kicking a dog? Kicking a dog is bad, but killing a dog is way worse. there is a context to this, okay? Because if I need that dog's body to survive, I'm in the woods and I'm lost and all I can see is a dog and there's no vegetation for miles, then okay, it's still abuse. I still abused that dog because that dog doesn't want to die. It's a sentient living being with emotions. It has feelings, it has a brain, it has pain. It's not okay to kill animals. But hey, I'm much more evolved than him and I'm going to kill him for my food, for my sustenance. But all I'm doing is ranting. I'm not ranting, I'm educating the public, okay? I'm educating all of you. Hopefully you're getting it. So it's still abuse, but I need it to survive. Right now, we don't need meat to survive. We don't need land animals to survive, you see? So it is abuse. You are abusing animals every time you eat them. It's abuse, it's animal abuse. And by proxy, you are animal abusers. You are animal abusers. Just come back to the reality and to the fact. Just understand or accept the fact that you're abusing animals. I am an animal abuser. Alpha A1 reporting YouTube videos inappropriately can get your channel terminated and you'll never be able to start a YouTube channel again. So good luck with that, buddy. Let me report you. Report. Actually, I can't because you're not doing anything wrong. But it's against YouTube terms of service. Yes, definitely report yourself for abusing animals and report the local butcher shop that kills animals and report report yourself because you're doing something wrong and you're funding basically the slaughter of innocent animals. So if anybody you should report is yourself. I agree. Yeah, so let's read some of the comments now. What's on your forehead is ash. Somebody says, what if I have first-hand witness a cow asking me to eat it? If that happens, this has happened in the past. Some yogis have experienced this. And if a cow goes to you and says, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice myself and you can eat me, fantastic, you should do it. But you shouldn't do it, it's your choice. And if you're conscious, you wouldn't kill an animal. It's kind of horrific to kill animals. But fine, okay? It's one thing. But animals don't want to die. You understand? Animals are afraid of dying. This is a challenge to you. If you've invested any kind of time in watching my video, and if you commented, especially if you donated, take some time, go on YouTube and type in animal slaughterhouse videos. That's all you need to do. And look where your food is coming from, okay? Better yet, let me go to wherever you are, wherever you're located, let me gather your entire family and I'll say, hey, come with me to picking cherries. We're gonna go cherry picking or raspberry picking. You're gonna be like, yes, I love it. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna pick our own raspberries. We're gonna eat a raspberry. It's gonna be a fun day. Yes, a fun day. Bring your children. It's gonna be a fantastic day. It's gonna be a picnic. Then the next day I'll come to you and say, hey, you know what? Let's go pick our own bacon today, or let's pick our own steaks today. We're gonna go to the local slaughterhouse where we'll pick the cow that we wanna get killed, Betsy or Piggy or Mommy or whatever the cow's name is, and we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna kill the animals ourselves. Yeah, bring your children along. It's gonna be a fantastic day. Do you think this is gonna be the case? No, you're gonna be horrified. You're gonna be traumatized. You're gonna be puking. You're probably not going to be able to eat for the next couple of days because your ignorance is going to be shattered and destroyed. That's why I'm saying eating meat is ignorance food. You're fueling and feeding your ignorance, nothing else. You need ignorance to eat meat, and you will fuel your own ignorance by continuing to eat meat. So if you go watch slaughterhouse videos, it'll destroy your ignorance. That's the only thing it'll do. And you don't want your ignorance to get destroyed, do you? You want to continue being ignorant because what will you have if you're not ignorant anymore? What will you be if you're not delusional, stupid anymore? Well, that's something you have to understand. Okay, XRX donated $5. I highly appreciate your super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. That goes towards feeding me a plant-based diet. I'm not going to support animal slaughterhouses and support killing of innocent animals. So every donation that you give me is going to be me eating a plant-based diet for basically the rest of my life. And I highly appreciate your support and generosity because it is what's keeping me going and what is fueling me and what is feeding me every single day. Thank you. You are literally sustaining my life. I can't thank you enough, and I wish you many blessings to come. So he has a message here. He says, God gave animals for food and humans evolved as omnivores. Only one of those things are true. Humans have evolved as omnivores. You are correct. But did God give animals for food? If you think that God came down and, gave you animals and said, oh yeah, you can kill animals and it's no problem, and God wrote a book, you have other issues to worry about, my friend. You're making conclusions. You don't know what God is. You don't know who God is. You don't know what God said. God is just everything and everyone. So if God is everyone, why do you go and kill him? Why do you go and kill his creation? No, you need to pay deeper attention to life. Instead of reading books, instead of reading the Bible and whatever nonsense you're paying attention to, don't even listen to me. Take the things that I'm saying to you, incorporate them into your mind, and experiment and see, look through your own eyes. This is the truth. Is your body a graveyard for animals' dead bodies? It is. Okay? So pay attention and look with your own discernment and have clarity and perceive life through your own eyes. Don't read the Bible and don't listen to priests. Sure, read the Bible. Sure, listen to priests. But don't believe just because of an authority. Authority is not the truth. Truth is the only authority. That's a quote that comes directly from the wisest man living on planet Earth right now, Sadhguru. Go check him out on YouTube. Sadhguru. Okay, Peter donated $2. Thank you very much for your donation. I highly appreciate your generosity because it literally sustains my life and it fuels me for the next day. I will eat from your donations and you're supporting my life to exist. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate you and I bless you for as many years as you are alive on planet Earth. I wish you a long life. He says, meat has testosterone, which you obviously need. Well, does meat have testosterone, really? I don't think so. I doubt that. Does meat have testosterone? Meat has adrenaline in it, okay? Because the animal doesn't want to die, it's afraid, and those cortisol and whatever chemicals that get released into the bloodstream, it goes into the muscles, and you eat that. You eat the pain of the animal. So maybe it has testosterone, but it also has pain and suffering and misery and fear and anxiety and all those things you're juicily consuming. Because you don't meditate, these things don't come to the surface. But if you were to meditate deeply, you would very deeply understand, oh my God, this is hurting me. I'm consuming the hurt of other animals and it's inside of me and now I'm hurt. So it's not sane to do, okay? Somebody had something about milk. You need milk. You know who needs milk? Babies need milk. And yeah, that's basically who needs milk. Milk in nature is made for babies. No animal, I'm pretty sure this is the case, no adult male or no adult mammal, adult animal on planet Earth will go to a mother that's breastfeeding and suck its tit. But you, as a confused human being, again, it's ignorance. Human beings are the most ignorant species on the planet. You, with all your infinite ignorance, you go to a breastfeeding mother that's trying to feed its baby cow and you go underneath it and suck its tit. Like, how confused can you be? That's insane. If you need it to survive, I would understand. That's survival. But we don't need it to survive. For a long time, humans have worked with cows for their survival because if you didn't consume its milk, you'd probably perish. But right now, we can go to the grocery store. I can get coconuts from Thailand delivered to me. Like, look at how well we're surviving. I can eat all the best foods in the world, and I don't need animals to suffer and die miserably for me. Peter donates another donation. Thank you very much, my friend. I highly appreciate you. Shout out to you. And he says, thoughts on Israeli occupation of the United States, on the United States government. Shout out to you. You're a real one, okay? So that guy's a real one. I don't even know if I can say that, but shout out to the United States of Israel. One of the most powerful country in the world. The United States of Israel is truly one of the best. And I mean, what else do? We need to support Israel. And all our tax dollars need to go there. And so if you're living in the United States of Israel, shout out to you. I really have nothing to say because I don't want to get the consequences of that. Yeah, but thankfully, the forces of censorship on internet are coming down, and people like these, Mr. Nick on talking about these things is coming more to the forefront. So it's very important for us to see. And again, my friends, we're not against anybody. We're all here inclusive. If you're a human being, you're okay with me. It's just about ignorance. It's just about confusion and delusion. We're hurting each other. We're hurting life because we're confused. We're ignorant. We don't know what we're doing. When Jesus was being nailed to the cross, he said, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They're confused. They're stupid. That's what we're doing. That's why we're all hurting each other, because we can't see things clearly. We're just walking around in the dark, blind. So that's what we need to stop. And yeah, some people are more confused than others, and some people have been confusing people. Man, I don't want to go into that. Okay, I don't have the courage and strength to talk about that right now. That'll be in like a couple of days, so I'll have to really work up to that. And thank you very much for your donation. You support my life, and yeah, I highly appreciate you, and many blessings to you in return. Highly appreciate you. Brad McCraith donated $20. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, sir. I highly appreciate your donation. He says, hello, Shiva. Thank you for all that you do. I have a question. Do you do Shambho Mahamudra Kriya? If so, how does it make you feel exactly? I do it, and sometimes I feel it is almost too powerful. Do you relate? Thanks. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your kind message and your generous donation. That money will feed me for the next 2 days. I thoroughly and highly appreciate it. Yes. So the next video I'm going to release today is basically a day in the life of what I'm doing. And doing Shambho Mahamudra is extremely beneficial to me. If you don't know what this is, you can go online, you can go on the website called Inner Engineering, and it is by this man. This man has been the most impactful man in my life. And if you watched up until now and you think, oh, I have some clarity, I have some perception, I have some knowledge, I have some wisdom, I have some energy, that man is the most responsible man for what I am right now. And he's making YouTube videos for everybody to benefit from. So you go on YouTube and you type in Sadhguru, that's where you can find him. So he offers this meditation technique called Shambho Mahamudra. And you can do it online. You can get initiated into it online through Inner Engineering. And it's an initiation process, which means it's an energy consecration type deal. It's an energy experience. It's not just a regular meditation that you do. It's actually an energy work that you cultivate. Every single time that I do Shambho Mahamudra, I have tears of bliss and ecstasy coming down my face. Literally every single time. When I do this technique, it takes 21 minutes to do it. I have tears of bliss and ecstasy, and I'm just overwhelmed with just, I feel so good, and just bliss and ecstatic. Ecstatic is probably the best word for it. And yeah, that's what Shambho Mahamudra does. Thank you for your donation. I highly appreciate your support, because you are giving me the opportunity to do this full time. All I need is some food. All I need is a place to stay. I'm living in Asia, which is very cheap. I need like $25 US to stay alive every day. And I'm managing with all the products that I sell, with generous donations from people like you, and from the YouTube advertisers, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. And I make a commitment to doing spirituality and spiritual work full time. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to go and work a regular job, because it's the most valuable thing and I have value to offer. So now what about plans? Plans feel pain too. Thank you again for your donation. I can't thank you enough, and I wish you waves of bliss and ecstasy on your path and liberation to come. So what about plants? Okay, so now we've talked about animals and animal abuse, and if you're consuming animals, you're obviously abusing animals. It's animal abuse to eat animals. And what else can I share? Plants feel pain too. Okay, so this is a story that I have to share. Okay, listen to this, because it's happening in New York City. Once upon a time in New York City, a house was burning. It was on fire, big, lots of flames. Thankfully, all the people managed to escape, and the homeowner was just waiting for the fire department to come. Fire department comes. The fireman gets out of the fire truck and goes to the homeowner and says, hey buddy, is there anybody that's still in the house? And he says, no, all the people that came out of the house, but there's my dog in the house. My dog is still in the house. Please do something. And the house is just burning flames, and the door was burning in fire. The firefighter doesn't even think. He just runs through the fire, runs into the house, and tries to save whatever animal that's in the house. After a few painstaking minutes, the homeowner is just sweating. Please, God, please, my dog, please, my dog. The firefighter finally bursts out of the door like a hero, holding a ficus plant, okay, with a pot. The ficus plant is untouched, unburned, and he runs to the homeowner with his ficus plant and hands the ficus plant to the homeowner. And the homeowner says, what is this? Where's my dog? Why'd you give me a plant? Why'd you save my plant? And the firefighter turns to him and says, no, my friend, the meat eaters say plants feel pain too. So it doesn't matter if the dog died, Plants feel pain too. And I couldn't find the dog, so I saved the next best thing, a plant. Or the dog was there, the plant was here, so I saved the plant because plants feel pain too. No, plants don't feel pain too. They don't feel pain the same way that human beings feel pain. They feel pain in a different way. Plants, hello, don't have a brain. Plants don't have a nervous system. Plants don't have pain receptors. Plants don't have anything that you have, that animals have. So it's one thing to cut a carrot. It's another thing to cut a bunny in half, okay? It's not the same thing. So, yeah, we need to eat plants. We need to eat plants to survive. And that's a small sacrifice. I'm sure that a broccoli doesn't want to get uprooted and it maybe hurts the broccoli, but still we need to do it because it's more sensible to eat a broccoli than to eat a cow or a pig that wants to live and it's conscious and it's sentient. So plants are not sentient. Animals are sentient. That's the big difference. Maybe plants can communicate with each other and they're alive, yes, and we have to revere their life for being sacrificed for us. But it's much more sensible to eat plants than animals because, again, they're not sentient. So Matt Dignan donated $2. Thank you very much for your donation, my friend. I highly appreciate it. He says, would you eat an animal that died natural cause? That's a fantastic question. Again, thank you for your donation. And I reciprocate with sending you positive energy, lots of love, lots of light, and lots of good fortune. I hope many blessings come to you. So let's say that you're walking around. I'm a vegan, okay? I'm a vegan. I'm walking around, taking a nice stroll through the forest, and I stumbled upon a nice deer that was young in age, but somehow it slipped and it tripped and it hit its head and it died. And it's like 1 hour fresh. The meat is 1 hour fresh. And wow, just 5 minutes away from this carcass is my fire pit. And I could just take this thing, I can cut some slabs of it, and I can go cook it. Would I do that? Yes, I could do that. And there would be no consequences, ethical consequences to me, because the animal died of natural causes. I didn't contribute to this animal dying. I didn't feed and fund the slaughterhouses, which are just the worst horror that exists on planet Earth, one of the worst. And you know, you don't want to be a child and watch slaughterhouses videos. Make sure you're 18 plus if you want to watch these videos. But that's what you're consuming. That's what you're funding. That's what you're doing. That's what you're causing to have more happen on planet Earth. Come on, why do you want others to suffer for some taste pleasures? It's not needed. You don't need that to survive. You can eat lots of wonderful foods on Earth. So if this deer was dead, now just go eat it, no problem. The only thing that I would suffer the consequences is the difficult nature of it to digest. It's difficult to digest this food because it is a very complex life form. It is complex genetics. It is a mammal. I'm a mammal. The easiest things for me to digest are fruits and vegetables, then nuts and seeds and grains and legumes, probably in this order. So it's not easy to digest and not easy to integrate into yourself. So if I take a carrot or a celery and I take it, a large percentage of that food will be integrated with me because it's very simple genetics, very simple coding. But meat is very complex coding, and it takes a lot of not only my own energy to digest it and break it down and integrate with me, but it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort to do that, so it's not easy. So it'll just bog me down, and it's not good for my meditation. So that's the only thing that I would suffer the consequences of. Do I eat plants because you hate plants? No, I don't eat plants because I hate plants. I'm the most evolved life form on the planet, human being, and I need to eat plants. It would not be kind and compassionate to my body and to the Creator's work, creating this being, if I didn't eat plants. I would just wither away and die. That's very, very painful. So I'm respecting this life. I'm respecting this creation by eating plants. If I could just live off the sun, that would be the most sensible thing. I don't even have to hurt plants. The only plant that wants to get eaten is fruits, okay? Fruit trees give you fruits, and it's basically begging you, please, take this, eat this, go and shit the seeds out and reproduce. That's the only thing on the planet that actually wants to be eaten. Everything else does not want to be eaten, including broccoli. But again, broccoli doesn't have a brain and central nervous system. So Lace donates $1.99. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for your kind donation, and I'm going to read your message. Thank you for your support. I am supported by your generosity. I highly appreciate it, and your money will go towards me eating food for today, and nothing else. Thank you very much. What if you only had bred brain-dead animals to eat? What if we... I'm glad that we're thinking. I'm glad we're going to the truth. I like this question. What if we only bred brain-dead animals to eat? Well, okay, that's probably better if we only bred brain-dead animals that have no conscience or no sentience and really felt no pain. It still would be wrong to kill them because hurting life hurts. Okay, it doesn't matter if you go hurt a plant or if you go hurt an animal. When I go to the street and I see a plant, I don't pluck the leaves of the plants. If a plant falls down, if a flower falls down, then I pick it up. Because there's no sense for me to go pluck the plant. It hurts a plant to pluck the flowers from the plant. That's how sensitive I am to life. But, right now we're making, so yeah, it'll still hurt to kill these animals. And we also have to understand that we are breeding these animals into existence. We are breeding millions and billions of these animals just to be food slaves for us. That's the only purpose that they have to stay alive. Is you go look at this gigantic factory in China. They made a multi-story high-rise of just pig farms. And it's like slavery, the worst type of food slavery. These pigs, they want to live, they want to be alive, they want to go and be out in nature and experience the sunlight and take care of their children. But instead they're in a cage, they can't even turn around, and they're only bred because you want to put bacon in your breakfast. There's no humanity in that. We have to grow in our humanity. We have to drop this from ourselves. We have to become more sane and more conscious and be more respectful to life. We have to be more respectful to life. So in that way, it's wrong. Right now, thankfully, okay, and I don't know why people are banning this, we're making artificial meat. And I'm sure, okay, I'm quite certain of this, that the meat is going to get so good and so easily to be produced that it's going to take over the hamburgers and the whatever meat that you're eating. That no animal is going to be made miserable and be a food slave and all this stuff. So it is going to take over. It's going to take some time because people have some sort of concerns. How dare you take away my right to kill animals and make animals suffer for my food? How dare you avoid the pain and suffering consequences of growing animals and try to feed me this lab-grown meat? It is lab-grown meat, yes. And what's the big deal? Okay, it is flesh. You're eating flesh like a zombie. And eat it, okay? It's probably better for you than just, it's cloning the same steak over and over again. Exactly, it's the same genetic material, it's the same blood, it's the same everything. So, but the animal didn't suffer enough. I wanted it to suffer really badly, and I want it to be afraid for its life when it's killed. I really want that. No, buddy, come on, get it together. You're stupid. Get some sense in you, get some clarity in you. Somebody says veganism always cones down to emotional blackmail. No, my friend. You see, I'm sharing with you the uncomfortable truth. The truth is uncomfortable and it's painful. And you know you're wrong and you know I'm right. Or you know it's unethical to kill land animals. And for food slaves to be born just because you want the taste of their flesh in your mouth. And for animals to be in these horrific conditions and you're the one that's paying for it. So, are you feeling bad? Or do you have a conscience and you feel bad inside knowing that that's the truth? Yeah, and I felt bad when vegans told me the same thing many years ago. Oh, how that's stupid vegans. No, but it's the truth, and I came to the truth. So thank God I did. I can't ever turn away from this. Okay? It doesn't, and what? Just because I know how to communicate in an emotional way that's impactful to you, that makes it wrong? No. I'm going to do a live stream in the next couple of days on communication. So you make sure you subscribe because you're going to love to hear it. I want to become a vegan, but these mangoes, habanero wings with ranch dips are just breaking me up. I mean, yeah, again, if you want to remain ignorant and there's nothing much to your life except going to work, going and drinking a beer, watching TV, and you're just a dull loser, or a dull life, and there's no perception to you, and God forbid you go take a trip into the woods and there's stars and you're looking up in the stars, you can barely perceive anything and you're just clouding your thoughts and you can't perceive anything and you want to live just a normal life, fine, then you make as many animals as you want miserable and eat their dead bodies and become ignorant, no problem. Well, it's a problem, it's a big problem, it's an ethical problem, but that's where you want to take your life. I mean, who am I to blame you? Can we see a picture of your fridge? I promise you, in my fridge there's nothing. Okay, but I will show you, if you subscribe, in the next couple of minutes I'll release, it's Kira Lynn, shout out to you. Chicken noodle soup for the soul. No, somebody donated, I'm going to read your comment in a second. If you subscribe, in a few minutes or a few hours, I'm going to release a video of the day in the life of being me, what I do in the day. And I'm going to go to this nice restaurant and I'm going to show you what I eat. And I eat arguably the best food in the world. And I'm going to show you what I eat. And when I eat this, my body becomes peaceful, happy. I'm able to continue with my day with my mind stable and sharp. And my body feels good. So that's what I eat. I eat the best foods. Yeah. My friend Albert, you've been here for a while. You should subscribe because you're stalking me. Okay, John Carroll Carol Walls donated $5 and you helped me complete my goal for this live stream. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, my friends, for donating. If you've donated to me, I truly, whatever prana, whatever energy I have inside of my body, whatever spiritual attainments that I have, I will send that over to you in whatever little way I can benefit you spiritually, even just with a wish that I wish the best of luck for you. I wish for you to have a long and happy life because, yeah, donating is a significant thing for me. You donating is a significant thing for keeping my life or keeping my body alive. I'm stumbling over my words. He says, hey, it's Nocturnal Me from Discord. Shout out to you. Thank you for the talk. Thank you very much, sir. I highly appreciate you. And I admire you. I admire men of wisdom. And yeah, much respect. Much respect. And I'm glad to see you here again. And look forward to maybe we can do a Discord call or a private interview together. I'd love to hear your story. Somebody says, why am I avoiding question? I don't avoid any question. The comment that's pinned here is the comment that is, or the video, the message that's pinned here is my Discord link. Right after this video is over, I'm going to go on Discord and we're all going to have a huge Zoom call with 25 people as the max you can join. So you better be the first one to join. And if you can join, you can ask me questions. You can unmute your mic. You can challenge me, debate me. Somebody says, meat have been having a funky smell here lately. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Yeah, if you eat meat, you'll also smell because you're eating corpses and meat smells. And you think you eating rotting flesh is not going to make you smell? It smells. Yo, Shiva, where is the most of your countries? Where is the most? So the majority of my viewers are from the United States. You're probably watching me from the United States. Some of you are from Canada, some of you from Australia, and some of you from India. That's the largest countries that watch me. Would you eat an animal if you were about to starve? Absolutely, I would. And I would go and kill an animal if I was about to starve. So you are the most important life form on the planet. You're the most evolved life form. You need to take care of yourself. It's very important. You're conscious. You have the ability to meditate. My God. And I would go kill a cow if I absolutely needed to survive. Like I'm withering away or my family's starving. Yeah, you're going, buddy. Sorry. See ya. But right now, that's not sensible. And I would suffer the consequences of that. You understand? The consequences of killing, the consequences of eating that flesh. Those are all be painful consequences. Albeit it would still help me to survive. My body would be continuing on. That's fantastic. But still, I'd have to work through that. But right now, I don't have to do that. I can go to the grocery store and get any plant food that I want in all the thousands of varieties. And I can cook myself the most nutritious vegan meals. My God, thank you so much. And I'm going to go to a restaurant and somebody's going to prepare me the healthiest meal, probably in all of Bali. I promise you. You want to subscribe to my video, my YouTube channel, because you want to see that video, the day in the life of. And that's fantastic, okay? And it's just a fact. So yeah, you have comments. I bet I eat less meat than you. No, I haven't eaten meat in a long time. So somebody has questions. How the freak American? Yep. Yeah, send me some questions. What? I don't know what that means. Please. Yeah, this is not about survival. We're not surviving anymore, okay? We're living on planet Earth. We are sane. We are conscious and... Hello, we're not surviving. 1,000 years ago, you would be surviving. You would be, if I went and killed some animal for you, you killed some animal for me, I would be thanking you. I'd be worshiping your feet. Thank you for sustaining me because that's what we're going to be to stay alive. But right now, we're not surviving. We don't have to make animals miserable and suffer. And 100 billion land animals have their lives lost every single year. And all that pain, all that trauma, all that suffering, that energetically gets released from their bodies when they get killed. And that's just traveling in the atmosphere. Why are we polluting the environment? Why are we polluting the atmosphere? Our own space, just for taste pleasures. We don't need that. We don't need that to survive. We can survive very well. We can even thrive on a plant-based diet. 1,000 years ago, and if you didn't have agriculture technology, it would be a big deal. You would want to go kill animals, and a lot of them, because that's how you survive. But we invented agriculture, and we have the ability to survive way better than we did before. My God. We can eat the best food. And the only reason why you're sending me nasty comments and you're saying, oh, meat is good, is because you're attached to it. And it would be very difficult for you to stop it because your body's addicted to it. You're addicted to the pain even. You're addicted to the suffering that you're eating. And it took a long time for me to drop this as well. It's a body, your body has to change. My body changed. Right now, if I look at bacon or I look at some steaks in the grocery store, I see the fat, I see the sinews, I see the blood, I see the meat. It's like, it makes me want to puke because this is a part of an animal's body. I can see in my own body. Like, do I want to eat somebody's arm or somebody's leg or somebody's back? No, it's nasty. I'd go eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes, things that come out of the ground, things that nature wants me to eat and has given me to eat, things that don't have a pain, things that don't have a brain, things that don't have a nervous system, things that don't cry when they die. Yes, Albert, yes, okay, you confused soul. Get it together, start meditating. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I go live every single day. Catch my live stream, it's for free. Thank you for those who have donated. This is not rage bait, this is effective communication. And you have rage inside of you because you know this is bad. You know this is wrong. You know this is unhealthy and unethical. And the humanity inside of you is hurting. I know it is. Go look at the slaughterhouse videos. I dare you. I challenge you as a man. Okay, you probably won't do it because it's too hard to watch. You're too full of your ignorance. You know that if you go online and you watch these slaughterhouse videos, your ignorance is going to be so badly destroyed, so badly hurt. You're going to have to come out of that ignorance. And there's a lot of ignorance to come out of. It's going to hurt your mind. That's why you don't do it. That's why when somebody like me comes here and says, it makes you hurt, and you're saying all these things because you want to protect your ignorance. Don't do that. Let go of your ignorance. Thank you, John, for your donation. $5. I thoroughly appreciate it. I highly appreciate it. He says, got a late recording session. I will catch up to the rest of the talk soon. Meat is murder, period. Later. Yes, yes, yes. Meat is murder. How else can you say it? How else can you get to meat? Are you going to cut the slab of a steak from a cow while it's alive? That would be very traumatic for you and for the cow. Meat is murder. Meat is killing. You don't want to kill life. So I've slaughtered my own animals, so don't care about the slaughterhouse argument. So Mikey, I would be very happy if you join my Discord. And then if you join my Discord, it's basically a big Zoom call that we all do. 25 people is the max. And if you turn on your camera and if you talk, any sensitive and reasonable person, when they hear you talk about you killing animals and just seeing your energy, feeling your vibe, will be creeped out by you, will be thoroughly disturbed by you. Because killing land animals for profit, for benefit, for sensual taste pleasures is, you have to sacrifice your conscience. That's what you're doing. You have to sacrifice your conscience to some extent by doing that. And I'm sorry that you have to do that. I'm sorry that you couldn't see that. I'm sorry that you're choosing that, but you can change, okay? You being a human being, you have the freedom to choose whatever life you want to live. You're not bound to anything. You're not a tree. Yo, Shiva, how long you stay in Bali, and would you, Robin, scared? Seem to... I'll be here for a couple more days. I'm going to do a big video of the day in life and talking about my life very soon. I live in Russia, so yeah, if you live in Russia, I mean, yeah, good luck. She's completely changed the way animals are slaughtered. She's eliminated the fear. What? Who did? I live in the West Coast. Yep. Killing plants is killing. No, plants don't have a brain or sensory nervous system. Plants are not sentient, so you can't kill them, okay? Land animals are sentient. That's why it's murder to kill them. Meat is murder. Meat is murder. Don't murder. Fish have a brain too, correct. That's why you shouldn't eat fish. Do I have pets? No, I don't have pets. And I am against having pets as well because what? You're going to get some useless dog for some petting, for some emotional support? Just get a friend that's gonna bark. You're gonna pick up his shit, and you're gonna have to kill. Somebody's gonna have to go kill pigs and chickens and cows to support this less evolved life form. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Let the dogs go and scavenger and get food. However they get food, let them go hunt. Why are we getting pets for? What, are you gonna have some cat? Some cat, which is one of the least evolved life forms, much less evolved than a pig, and even way more evolved than a cow. And what, cows and pigs are gonna get killed just to feed this life form? Why? Why? So it smells in your bed, so you can pet it every once in a while. It doesn't even care about you. A cat doesn't give a shit about you, whether you live or die. If you died, it would eat your corpse. It wouldn't even care. So, wow, I'm a hypocrite. How am I a hypocrite? You have to use your words, honey. You have to use your words and communicate clearly. Communication on planet Earth sucks. Get it together, okay? Explain. So, why are you doing that, huh? There's no sense. A cat's ability to hunt is way better. I would understand, okay, some conscious people that I was here in Bali, they had cats in their meditation studio. I hope they didn't feed the cats, because what, you're gonna go buy meat to feed this cat? No, the cat can go hunt. There's an abundance of rodents, and the cat can go and hunt them, and it can survive. And I'm sure it'll be way happier by hunting than if it was just some stagnant cat living in your room. Just because you lack the ability to make friends with people, you have cats. Like, get it together. So now we're getting all the comments of saying that I'm a fraud, that I'm a fake pretend guru. All right, buddy. Again, I'm willing to be challenged. I'm challenging you. I'm willing for you to debate me face to face, not by you sending me some lame ass comments, by you joining me on a Discord call, face to face, camera to camera, on your voice call. There will be people around. It's a big Zoom call. That's this Discord link. And I'm going to record it. And if you expose me, please, God, expose me for the fake guru that I am, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, okay? And everybody, not just you, the whole world is going to see it. Join the Discord. I'm going to give you some time to join the Discord. We have like 600 people there now, and it's 25 people max. So after 25 people join the video call, it's over. You can't join. So there's some scarcity for you. That's fine. Survival of the fittest. If 120 species of birds extinct because cats, that's fantastic. Okay, shout out to cats. That's survival of the fittest at its best. He already has people pre-selected for his Zoom. Oh, no, I don't. What are you saying? There's some friends that join, but 25 people can join. And if one person drops away, another person can join. Anybody can join. And I recommend you join right now and join the Zoom call. Okay? You don't have to be pre-selected. Stop making things up. Typical angry vegan needs a stake in his life. No, lady. No. You are an animal abuser. You kill animals for your sensual taste pleasures. Shame on you. And you're getting the karmic consequences, okay? So you can't eat painful, suffering, miserable dead animals' bodies and put it inside of your body and not suffering the consequences. Your body is a graveyard for animals' dead bodies. That's what you are. Yeah, you don't love meat. Whatever. You don't have enough humanity to see what you're doing, Renetta. You don't have enough humanity, not enough conscience, and not enough kindness in your heart to see the pain and suffering you're causing animals. It's not meat, it's murder. Meat is murder. You're causing animals to die, and that's very, very unfortunate that human beings don't have enough humanity in their hearts to see the truth. Fish, yeah, fish is, if you need to eat meat, fish is the best food to eat because it's the farthest animal from your evolutionary chain, and it's the easiest to digest. So it's not complex like a pig or a cow, which is very difficult to digest. I bet this guy came from, all right, buddy, you either join me on Discord because I know you're scared. I know you won't debate me. I know you won't talk to me. I know a half few people that are commenting, leaving me nasty comments, won't get on the Zoom call or the Discord call. It's available. You can tell me anything you want. And if you have truth on your side, I'm willing to listen. But you don't. You're just emotionally reacting. You can't say anything that will prove me wrong. Why? Because I know I have truth on my side. Meat is murder. Meat is unethical. You should go vegan. Be compassionate to life. Somebody says, Matthew says, you're not a guru. You're already shaming people. That's not what a guru does. A guru brings understanding. That's correct. I am bringing understanding, you doofus. I'm sorry for calling you names, but sometimes you need to be name called. Great question. For all that are here, stupid from me. Yes, you are an animal abuser if you eat meat. It's very normal and natural. It's very logical for you to understand. Yes, you are. Meat is murder. Killing animals is animal abuse. And if you profit of that, you're an abuser. You're an animal abuser. Very simple. Okay, so I'll give you another couple of more minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, to join the Discord link and to join me on a big group discussion, a group video discussion. It's 25 people max. And if you don't join in time, oops, you won't be able to say anything. This whole industry around slaughtering animals for meat, if you don't eat meat that already slaughtered, then it will go to waste. Is that unethical? No, that's true. It's not unethical, first and foremost. That's a good question, by the way. I like your question. I'm also going to read the next question. I'll save it. So look, you go to the grocery store and the carcass or the corpse is already there, right? It's already there. Somebody already killed it. So what's the big deal of you buying it? The big deal is that you're paying money for that product, and that product will create more demand for animals to be slaughtered. So every single time you go to the grocery store and you buy meat, or if you go buy a chicken, hamburger, whatever you're buying, you're adding more demand for that product for that to happen. You're basically saying, yes, with my valuable dollars, I want more of this to happen. Here's my vote. Please kill more animals because this is what I'm going to buy more in the future. And the only reason why 100 billion land animals are being killed is because people are eating them. If they didn't eat them, sure, maybe for a couple of weeks or months, the animals would still get killed, but then the industry would collapse because there's no more demand. So the supply would collapse if there's no more demand. There's no more demand for meat, so there's one less person that goes to the grocery store that doesn't buy meat. I will never buy meat again. That's it. It's one less person funding that. So whatever amount of thousands of dollars that I would fund the animal industry is gone, is taken out of the supply pool because I'm not participating in that anymore. Frank says, nah, just a waste of time, and you definitely just broke character. Nice crash up with the way. All right, you fools. Look, whatever you think about being a spiritual leader or being a guru, it definitely doesn't mean that I'm here supposed to rub your ass and say, oh, I love you, love is light. No, I'll get angry at you, I'll expose you, doesn't matter, okay? There's no filter on me. I'll do whatever I want. Kitanias, shout out to Kitanias, good friend of mine here on Discord and hopefully in real life soon. He says, some fast food burgers contain more than animal body parts. That is correct. Oof, oof, oof. Get a load of that, okay? That definitely, you don't want to hear that, okay? All the confused people that are confused in their minds, there is definitely some things going on, okay? And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, oof, too bad, so sad, okay? Keep living in your ignorance and delusion. Meat is ignorance food. Meat is murder. And your body is a graveyard for animals' corpses, and you are abusing animals every time you eat meat. You're an animal abuser. So these are four things that I've basically established in this live stream. LOL, fake Christian. I'm not even a Christian to begin with, buddy. Do you think horse racing is animal abuse? Yes, I do. Those horses love racing, and it generally is a shitload of money, and it gives a great lives. I mean, yeah, take it or leave it, but some of the things that... Look, it's difficult, okay? A lot of these animal industries, it's better just to leave animals alone and out of it. If you go look at the PETA exposing videos on the horse racing, the horses, they get pushed to the limit. Sometimes they fall and they break their legs, they break their back. Why? So you can watch that for entertainment. Why are you doing that? And also some of the training methods that they use for horse racing are just like, it is abuse. It is abuse. And not only horse racing, but other these horse sports where they jump, it's like just horrendous. They get hit with a stick so many times, people getting their anger out on the animals. It's not sensible, it's not sane. And also the bull fighting, you know, they throw sharp sticks at the bull because they want the bull to chase them, and the bull ultimately dies. Why are you doing that? My friends, guys, we need compassion. We need more sensibility. We need more sensitivity to life. We don't want to kill living beings. We don't want to hurt life. We want to be compassionate. We want to increase our humanity. This is about being more of a human being. Yeah, this guy, Albert, you're lost in the sauce, my friend. You got to meditate. You don't meditate at all. You got to start, because life is hard. If you're confused, they will have half life expectancy in the wild. Yeah, fine, but oh wow. So are you such a savior that you're going and saving all these animals? Because if they lived in the wild, they'd be free, roam around, reproduce. and now you save them, and now you're hitting them with a stick because you want them to run fast. Like, come on. But fine, let that be, okay? What is on your dinner plate right now? Is a steak on your dinner plate? Are you saving the precious cows? The cows get killed at 2 years of age. A cow's lifespan is like 30 years of age in the wild, maybe 15 if they are whatever. But you're killing them at 2 because you want them on a dinner plate. Like, why are you doing that? Yeah, they break the... Yeah, I mean, nature is cruel, nature is harsh. But you don't pretend that you're not doing this for selfish motives. You're not doing this for selfish motives. You're doing this for profit. If you're trying to save all the animals from the animal kingdom and make them have amazing lives, oh, fantastic. Okay, I hope you have the resources to do that. But racing is good. Yeah, I mean, fine. I'll leave that be. Let's let racing continue to race. What is happening on your dinner plate? If you're at the racing place and you're watching horses race and you go to the snack bar and you say, hey, give me that cow, give me that pig, give me that chicken. No, don't support the slaughterhouses. Don't support the horror that's happening on the planet. Please, okay? If there's anything you take away from this video, if you don't have to believe me, you don't have to pay attention to anything I say. Just do this one thing. Go on YouTube and type in animal slaughterhouses exposed or animal slaughterhouse videos. And just look at how the normal factory farms are being run. If you watch that for 5 minutes, then you can make up your mind, okay? Then you be vegan, not be vegan, continue eating meat. But that's a challenge that I want to offer to you. Just look at how your food is made. Look what goes into that, okay? Same thing if you're a vegan. Go watch how strawberries are picked, okay? If it's horrific to you how strawberries are being picked, then don't eat strawberries. But I'm just joking. There's nothing wrong with Cowspiracy. Yeah, go watch a fantastic documentary like Cowspiracy. Oh my God. I can't watch that video because it's too painful. It's like, some of you are going to go to the movie theaters and going to watch a horror movie. Oh, I'm scared. If you want to watch even more intense horror movie, go watch Cowspiracy because you're making that happen. You're doing that. Anybody, okay, look, any person that's on this thing and it says, oh, any single time that I read a comment and it says, so God, any single time that I see God, you're already lost. Like, I already know you're confused. You need to meditate. You need to pay attention to life because you don't know anything. So I'll read your comment. So is God going not to judge me for eating that it provides? I'll stop eating. Oh my God, like a lady, like, go to your local hospital, go to the psychiatric ward, and it's full of people that are talking to God. Okay, but the majority of people that are talking to God, they're functioning. So you can't send them to the loony bin. Who is God? Do you really know what God thinks and wants? Did you really read God's book? Oh my God, you did? Holy shit, please tell me what he said, quick. No, it's a bunch of guys wrote a book. You don't know what God wants. God doesn't want pain and suffering, you goofball. God doesn't want pain for other living beings, okay? Let alone what nature is doing to you. You have an upright spine. You're a conscious, sane human being, okay? And maybe, fine, maybe it's true. God wants you to go and slaughter animals. Go do it on your behalf. You do it, okay? You do it. You go do it. You go to the slaughterhouse, you take a knife, and you try to do it yourself. You probably won't be able to do it unless you're confused, seriously confused. It's not kind, it's not compassion. Grow in your wisdom, grow in your conscience. Get more connected to God. If you really get connected to the source of this creation, naturally your diet will change. In what direction will it change? Will you continue wanting animals to be slaughtered? I don't think so, okay? So I definitely know you're not talking to God. So again, we're going to go on Discord after this. I'm going to ping all of you and we're going to talk. We're actually going to go in 8 minutes. So we are made to survive, to suffer. No, we're not made to suffer. We're made to survive and live. Suffering is your choice. Just because you're suffering, Albert, doesn't mean that everybody is. You plant your own veggies? I wish I could. No. Somebody else plants my veggies for me. And I pay to eat them. You can't even stomach a dead animal. Yes. Of course, I don't want to. So I'm not a graveyard for dead animals. Okay, that's what do you call an animal, a meat eater? A graveyard for dead animals, okay? What's the end game? Is there a reality where there's enough vegans to make? Yes, and they are making a difference now. So like 20 years ago, if you're a vegan, or 30 years ago, you'd be like, what does that even mean? It would be unheard of. You would go to the grocery store, there would be no plant milk. That would be like unheard of. Maybe if you go to California, you would find some one almond milk, you know, for some hippies. Now it's everywhere, and the diet is changing. People are changing. People are becoming more sane, more conscious. So it starts with you, my friend, Mr. Zoggy Boy Zimmy. It starts with you. You have to make the choice, the difficult choice. You have to change yourself. Your body will naturally have to change. And that's where it starts. It starts with individuals. So again, you make a difference. So if you don't eat meat, it's been estimated that if you don't eat meat for 1 year, there's 120 land animals that get saved or won't have to be slaughtered. 120. Okay, that's how many lives I don't have killed for me on my behalf. So we're gonna end this live stream. If you have a donation for me, I would highly appreciate it. Thank you so much if you have donated. Your donations are supporting me in my life and supporting my work. If you find this is valuable, if you've benefited in any way, if you've valued this, please send a donation, because your money is what I'm going to use to feed myself. And I feed myself a plant-based vegan diet and nothing else. So if you wish to send me a donation, now is the time to do so. And I thank you very much, and I will bless you in return. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. I'm happy that you're here. And stay subscribed, because I share my insights every day. I go live stream every day. And I'm going to be talking about many more important things. Tomorrow's live stream is going to surprise you, okay? I'm sure it's not something that you probably have heard of. I feed myself ghee clean on animals. I mean, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Prove it. Eat every meal in front of us. Plant abuser, yeah. So if I go cut a carrot in half, that's not called plant abuse, okay? That's just called cutting a carrot in half. But if I cut a dog in half, that's definitely called animal abuse. And some of you are doing that, or you're abusing animals. Meat is murder. If you eat meat, your body is a graveyard for animals' corpses. Eating meat is animal abuse, and is not kind and compassionate. Be more sensible, be more sane. Is milking cows abuse? I'm glad you asked that question, because the dairy industry is the animal abuse industry, or the slaughterhouse industry. So you may be a vegetarian, meaning you quit eating meat altogether, and you are just eating milk, and you're eating cheese, and you're eating eggs. You're still causing animals to get slaughtered. Because the dairy industry, this is what happens, okay? It's quite horrendous, but you need to educate on these matters. They forcibly impregnate the cow. They shove their hand inside the cow. They forcibly impregnate her. When the cow gives birth, the child is taken away, probably slaughtered for veal. Then that cow is milked until it can't get milked anymore. It's used for milk. And then when she can't milk anymore, the process again repeats. They impregnate her again, rip the child away from her, milk her again, and they do this as many times as they can until her body is destroyed. Then she gets sent to the slaughterhouse. That's the milking industry. So you don't want to fund the milk industry either. That's horrible. But if you're living on a farm and some farm guy has a cow and the cow's pregnant and has milk, and the guy goes and touches its tits and milks the cow, no problem. Fantastic, do it, okay? It's weird, it's not helpful, it's not conducive for your body. You're not going to be better off in meditation, but you can do it, no problem, no ethical issue. You go right ahead, you'll have my support. The dairy industry is awful, absolutely. So I need to get that farmer's pass. Yes, you should go to some local farmers, and go get all the milk you want, go get all the cheese you want. And same with eggs. So if you go to the grocery store, the egg industry is also the most horrific industry. It's the same thing with the cows. The baby chicks are ground alive if they're male, because they're useless. A male chick is not going to produce eggs, so it instantly gets thrown in the grinder. And then the female chicks are just used as egg machines. It doesn't matter how conditions are, they're standing around on metal wires, and it's just torture for their entire lives. Why? Because you want some egg in the morning. It's not sensible, it's not sane, it's not conscious, it's not humane. Get it together. This guy definitely never graduated or read any useful books. Well, you see, fool, I'm not like you where I need to graduate and have people educate me. I educate myself. I have perception. I have deep insight into life. I don't need to read books, okay? I have an intelligence enough to look at life clearly and decide for myself. Nobody needs to tell me what to do or read books. You're clouding your brain with useless knowledge and passing some useless tests. Congratulations, you're a good follower, and go make sure you go work in some office. You're going to be a good employee, okay? Employee, go employee, here's a paycheck. I'm not an employee. Exactly, you're a clown. The only nutritional thing for the cow, for vegans, is the cow farts. LOL, yeah. That's why you were saying useless words. If you think you, all right, buddy, you're too stupid to talk to. Zogi Boy Zimi says, the money used will go towards a chicken emporium. Yeah, bro doesn't trust doctors. You are doc. So again, if you want to challenge me, if you want to debate me, if you want to prove me wrong, I dare you. I challenge you to join my Discord. We'll have a 25-person big Zoom call or big video voice call. If you have things to say about me, I'm gonna record it all. If you want to expose me, if you want to prove me wrong, oh God, you don't have to waste your time writing these comments, because I'll debate you face to face, and there will be a live audience, and I'll record it. And if you prove me wrong, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. Oh my God, it's gonna be fantastic. So if you have donations, please send your donations if you choose to. If you found this valuable, if you want to support me in my work, I live stream every day, and this is the value that I have to share. And if people find this valuable, that they would choose to support. And so if you wish to donate, you can do so now. Otherwise, in about 2 minutes, I'll end it. And I'm going to go over to the Discord right after this, and I'll get to talk to all of you. So he will definitely get some pork chops for dinner. No, I won't, actually. I'll show you what I eat on my next video. So make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to go to the nicest restaurant in this place. The nicest vegan restaurant, which is they just serve normal food. Not expensive, and very healthy. That's the most important thing for me. So is it stupidity to argue against the foolish and naive? How many trees have you hugged today? All right, so we've lost the plot. There's no more intelligent comments. People are just getting their anger out at me. No problem. I'm a good receptacle for that. Thank you very much for tuning into my live stream. I'm going to be live streaming daily. This is why you should subscribe. I'm going to be live streaming on all things that are spiritual, and these videos, watching these videos live especially, will give you clarity and will give you insight and will make your life better, I promise you. And yes, not eating animals is very easy. Correct. So the conclusion that you can take from this live stream is meat is murder. Eating meat is basically animal abuse. If you're eating meat, you are a graveyard for animals' dead bodies, and it's not kind or compassionate or sane or even human or humane to eat animals. So we have to be more humane. We have to take care of life on this planet. We don't want to cause pain to sentient life. We want to evolve and grow, and because you feel pain, you don't want others to feel pain. So we want to, do I help save the animals? Well, I'm kind of helping save the animals now by convincing people to take them off their dinner plate, but I don't go and be an activist anywhere. If there's an opportunity for that and I'm aligned with that, I'll definitely do that, but not right now. What do you think about using psychedelics? No, I already answered that question on a YouTube video. You can watch the most recent video. All right, that's it, my friends. I'm gonna have to end it here. Please like this video, subscribe. I'm gonna be live streaming tomorrow around the same time. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you for everybody that's donated. I'm off to the Discord now. Feel free to click the Discord link. 25 people is the maximum that they can join for the group call. And you can challenge me, you can debate me, you can insult me, whatever. I'm gonna record it all and publish it to YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.